Hey, good afternoon, G Force. G is for gratitude. Today, I come into this meeting with a little bit of a different type of energy, a different shift. My heart is heavy for many reasons. I was notified last Thursday of a friend and a colleague in business passed away on Thursday, and I was notified Friday. But, I'm grateful, even that place of loss, because Tom, I won't get into share his last name for his privacy and his family's privacy, but um, I'm grateful, even in a time of loss. Gives you a different perspective and a different purpose. We'll talk about a little bit today and what it did over this weekend caused me to reflect, caused me to readdress what is my why. And I've had a pretty strong why in my life, and but I got clear, and I trust that the feeling, the intuition, is coming from a higher source. And today I'll share that story here in a moment. But G is for gratitude. Even when you have heartbreak or you have disappointments, losses, if we can move to a place of gratitude, it does give us a different perspective. It gives us an opportunity to let the universe bring a new message to us, a better way to deal with things. And gratitude is a very powerful spiritual principle. Most people are grateful, but on the surface, but when you really study the power of gratitude at a deeper level, like the book Gratitude Works that I introduced in the beginning of this program, it's been phenomenal. Otherwise, I might be doing the same old thing, not looking at the situation with the same, with a different perspective. It's only through gratitude that allows you to deal with the circumstances that are around us in a positive way. So prayers go out to Tom's family on this time of grieving. We grieve because we love, and I'm grieving in many different ways and many different reasons. So I will share that here in a moment. So but I just want to say tag and share your friends today. My intention today was to start to get into this book. Start with your why. But before getting into the book, I want to talk about my why. And my why was formed with coaching, and thank you, Robert. Um, Continue prayers of comfort for Tom's family during this time. But I look back in my life and my career and my business, and I've always had that heart to help people. I got into the financial services for Crusade to help people win with money, and that was a cause to even to this day I embrace, is because so many people are suffering financially and there's no need for it. It's just lack of knowledge or ignorance that keeps people stuck. We're influenced by the culture of our society and immediate gratification and all those things. I have helped countless number of people to win financially. So that was a passion. And anything I've endeavored in has always been that how can I improve and make your life better in this moment, or what I do in my profession? How can I serve? How can I serve you? And so everything I do, even my consortium team, which Tom was part of, helping people and businesses reduce their costs so they can be more profitable, have a chance to succeed long term financially. Because if you don't control those costs, eventually you don't have enough profits to keep the doors open. So it was a passion there as well. And Tom had a great passion and expertise that he brought to the table, and it will be missed. But I'm grateful I knew him, even for the short time in our relationship with that. And then my wife and I, we have a coaching business called Life Empowered Institute. We've been trained and certified by the Proctor Gallagher Institute, helping people better understand what it takes to win. But it really, and when you understand that winning is based on our belief systems that are hidden at our subconscious level. And when I unlocked my limiting beliefs, I had a new crusade. And I like using the word crusade because it goes back to one of my first mentors when I was in the financial services arena. Art Williams. Today, that company was in the day, I was in the early first decade of that company, and built an insurance agency, securities business, mortgage business. In that, it was very, very rewarding, helping people get a good, solid foundation to win financially. And I remember in my early days in that, and no sales experience, no financial experience, green rookie, just knew that what I had learned and how it was benefiting, I wanted to share it. And I remember I had won a time to meet with Art Williams, personally, one-on-one. And it was one of those meetings that he got into my heart and my head. And because this man had a strong why, he called it a crusade. And in our conversation, sitting in his yacht off Georgia, he asked me, Tom, what's your crusade? So if you don't have a crusade, something you're willing to fight for and die for, you're going to live a life of mediocrity. You're going to live a life of ordinary. You're not going to impact people's lives in a significant way. What is your crusade? And what he was saying is, what is your why? And many times we have whys, but we never really dig deep into the why, that heart space, that thing that really you wouldn't give up, that you would fight for, you would die for, whether to those principles of life, the principles of your business have got to be congruent. They got to have that thread for the same reason. And I had that. I had a crusade. I was fight. I was angry what had happened to me financially by an industry that, if you're not aware or don't have knowledge, they will definitely not do the best job for you. And I'm putting a big blanket out there. Don't be offended. But that industry, if you're not informed and educated, you can be taken advantage of. And that's the same in any industry. Buyer beware. So that was my mission and crusade, to bring a good, powerful message to help people have a chance to win financially. Because keep in mind, less than 10% of the American people are going to be able to retire. That was back in '83. That number was 10%. Today, it's about less than 10%. Big problem. It doesn't go away until somebody stands up and helps you awaken you to the problem. So that was my first crusade. Art Williams planted that seed, the why. And as I have built my businesses, and everything has always been in a place to where I can improve people's lives, my financial coaching. I moved from the financial arena. I had a photography business, used sports photography. Then I moved back into coaching and the financial side. Dave Ramsey, helping people win with the principles of winning and coaching them. Then I saw the behavior thing come in and what's holding people back. And so hi, Sandy. Thanks for jumping on today. So my why is gotten deeper, and it came very deep and a different evaluation since Friday, when I was informed of Tom's passing. And I'll share that story here because it caused me this last weekend to celebrate, but not take what I knew I could have done that may have made a difference in his life. I don't know if it would have, but it may have. And so I've shifted my why. So your why's got to be a deep emotional reason, no matter what it is. And so in my journey of businesses, because I have many businesses, My wife and I have a wellness center. And so we focus on how can we bring alternative ways for health. Because when we look at the traditional Western medicine model, they do some things very, very well, fixing things and operations and technology in those areas. But they're not really serving people's health. So my wife has been in that industry for 30 years. I've supported her. Her influence and knowledge has changed how I look at health. We got into CBD business. I did a lot of research on that. It's made a difference in our clients' lives with pain and anxiety and all the things that cannabinoids do. And it's been a very effective business in helping people improve their lives. We were recently introduced to a technology that is being touted as maybe the greatest medical breakthrough in the 21st century. So I was introduced to it about 4 months ago. I did my due diligence, started using the product, saw some very significant benefit from this technology. It's not a drug, and it's not it's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral or juice or berry or CBD or oil or anything. It has 3 Nobel Prizes behind it. The discovery in the 90s, and the research behind it is phenomenal. And all the scientists and all the medical people in this industry said you could never stabilize redox molecules outside the body. See, our body makes them at the cellular level through the glutathione. If you know anything about the glutathione, it is the engine of your cells. It is the power source of the energy of life at the cellular level. And they create redox molecules, which is the signaling element. So in a nutshell, I looked at this technology, started using the product, been out 10 years. It's making a difference in people's lives, health-wise, in significant ways. And I started researching it, started using the product, went to meet the company leaders back in Tennessee, started seeing the research, started looking at the testimonials and what it's doing. I can't make medical claims. I won't make any medical claims because the FDA, but it's doing some very significant things in any area of cellular life. Without healthy cells, no matter how good your diet is, no matter how good the nutrition you take, it doesn't do any good if you're not at the highest level of cellular health. And I knew about this. Tom had diabetes 1, not a healthy man because of that disease. And I started researching, and in that area, there is some benefit in a very significant way. And I went to say, well, I just want to know more before I deliver the message. He's a friend. I want to have some credibility, all the things that we all go through before we want to share a message with somebody, share a product with somebody, share our faith with somebody, share something we know that improvement, many times what holds us back. And I need to know more. I already knew enough, and I put it off. I don't know if what's in this bottle would have made a difference in life, but it wouldn't have hurt. It wouldn't have hurt based on what I know. So my heart hurts because I had an opportunity 6-8 weeks ago to introduce him to something that may have kept him out of the hospital, may have started that healing process at a cellular level because of what the research shows this product does. And I didn't share it. I don't know if it would have made a difference. But my heart hurts because I let other things get in my way of sharing what I knew I should have shared. So this weekend, I made I'm going to get into in future lessons the why, because your why in life is more than just something superficial. Do you really want to make a difference in people's lives? Do you have a crusade? See, we only move in the direction of our why when we're attached to at a deep emotional level. And I was hammered emotionally. And I'm not going to let that happen again. When I know that there is something that could possibly help somebody and I don't share it, It's up to them to take it and look at it and evaluate it, but I didn't take that step. And I'm never going to go there again. So if I know something that this could potentially help, I'm going to share. I have no control of how you receive it, but if you don't look into anything, it's on the person you're sharing with. So I made a reevaluation of the things I'm doing. I'm not giving up my financial coaching. I'm not giving up my personal development, but I'm going to focus where, and this is sort of that intuitive, that talk, God said something to me, or whatever you want to interpret it. And I looked at the things I can do and help make a difference in people's lives. There's 3 of them. I can help people to better understand their thinking dictates the results they're getting in life, and that can change people's lives. I'm not giving up on that. So important. I looked at the finances, and after 40 years in the financial arena, the numbers haven't changed. And I come to a conclusion, most people don't care about their finances. They care about the immediate results, their self-gratification, not worrying about prudent money management, stewardship, and those type of things. Because I can say this with confidence. Most people in this country are going to retire dead broke. And there's no reason for it. But I had that passion to help people wake up. But I made a evaluation to helping people understand their thinking, understanding their money, and help them when they all come together. But I recognize this one thing. What's in this bottle is more important than anything else. Health. Without one's health, we have nothing. You can't build financial security if you don't have health. If you do have financial security and your health crashes and burns, you can lose it in a heartbeat. So I reassessed my why. My why is to serve and help people live the fullest life they can, their lives. Without our health, we have nothing. So that was a deep work on me. And my focus and energy is to let people know that your health is the most important thing, and look at alternatives that what's out there. We've been brainwashed about our medical system in this country. They do great things, fixing bones and surgery and technology in that area, but they're not good on health. Our health system doesn't help health. Nothing's done proactively. So I'm speaking out to those. Take a good hard look at your health. What is your why? And if you don't have health, what are you doing to change your health so you can fulfill that end result? If you're in the health space, open up your mind to what new alternatives. I have. It's made a difference in my life. And I just encourage people out there. So my why has really shifted. I still want to serve people, but I put those things in a priority. Where can I serve at the highest level that gives the greatest impact in a person's life? And that's their health and their life. Then they can work on their money. Then they can work on their mind. Without health. So I'm not going to let Tom Gins overthinking, wondering what somebody would think, need to know more. I know enough. The science is there. The research is there. And what I'm sharing, redox is going to become, redox signaling molecules is going to be as common word as antioxidants. Glutathione. It's the glutathione in your cell. It's the engine that provides the energy for life. And it creates the redox as the signaling process to bring your immune system and repair cells. You need to look into it. I didn't share it with Tom. I don't know if it would have made a difference in his life. He was a sick man. He came down with COVID. He was vulnerable to that demographics. I'm not anti-jab or anti-anything, but I had a chance. I had an opportunity and I didn't do it. When I hear somebody has an illness or condition or that this could benefit from, I'm just going to say I've got something that may be able to help you. Take a good look at it, and then let's talk. Because I believe strongly, because based on what's happening in the medical industry and the science and research around the world around redox molecules, it's blowing my mind. They are saying, Huffington Post did an article, this may be one of the greatest medical breakthroughs in the 21st century. And guess what? I have an opportunity and an obligation and a responsibility to share the good news. Just like in my faith, I have an obligation and responsibility to be a light. I have an obligation and a responsibility to help people understand how to win. And my heart hurts. But I'm grateful at the same time that there was a lesson to be learned, to get clear on my why. Everything starts with your why. And we're going to jump into this book, Simon Sinek's book, Start With Your Why. And then as I've read this book several times, I use it in my coaching, I've used it in my life, but some of it I didn't go deep enough. And unfortunately, the things that change us in life are at an emotional level. There's only two ways that we make significant changes. One's a sudden emotional impact, causes us to rethink and reevaluate what we're doing. That happened to me this weekend. I had an opportunity and I didn't share it. So I'm making a change. I'm not going to let that be a reason. The things that I had put in front of it, I'm going to be that crusader. I'm going to have a mission, a purpose, and a why bigger and stronger than I have, because life is too important. Life itself is too important. And the only way that we change behaviors and thoughts is spaced repetition of a new idea at an emotional level that will change the results. That comes from, as all psychotherapists and anybody in the mind development industry knows, that's what your driving force. So I had an sudden emotional impact on my life this weekend. And it caused me to rethink everything I'm doing. I'm not giving up on those other, but where am I going to put my focus? What is going to be my legacy? If I can help save one life, I fulfilled my mission. But I have a bigger goal. It's not money. I don't need any money. I've got all I want, all that I need. I just want to share with you the power of life. And if you apply it and take care of your health, a lot could change. So that's what I want to do on today's Gratitude Works. If you want to know more about what I've been talking about, I'm just going to put a banner up here. You know, my why hit me in the heart this weekend. Really hit me in the heart, that emotional level. What's in this blue bottle? What's in this blue bottle is so important. Like, what's in water? Why is it the source of life? What's in air? Why is it so? If you know about it, you don't take it lightly. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you want to know what's in this blue bottle, hey, just go to Linktree. It's going to talk about the science, the discovery, everything about it. There's testimonials. The research is going to it'll blow your mind. It's not another deal. And I'm fortunate enough to be involved with a company that has the patent. No one else in the world can create redox molecule signaling. They conquered the technology. So that's a pretty good business if you think about it. But more importantly, how many people can we help? Our mission is to help more people have a more healthy, long-lasting life at living at their optimum potential health-wise. And it starts with redox molecules. So enough of that. So that's my new focus. I just want to acknowledge those that came on today. Robert, thanks for jumping. Hi, Sandy. Thanks for jumping on. You know, we all, when we're young, our mission in life is that we want to save the world, make an impact. but we get clear on our why, we can do that. It starts with you. And Robert's talking about some of the emotional things that caused him to save. Thanks, Sandy, for your comment. Hey, Sandy, I would sure love the opportunity to get you back on live streaming again. You're an awesome lady. You got to share your message, make an impact, and change the world. So no more excuses, as Ken would say. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, CBD has a very significant place in our health. Our brain makes cannabinoids, and it's part of that. But if we don't have healthy cells, it makes no difference how good the CBD is. That's why I'm finding out from as a world nutritionist that everything is predicated at how we become healthy at the cellular level. We can take the best vitamins in the world, the best CBD in the world, the best medicines in the world. If we don't have healthier cells, they don't work at their optimum level. Yeah. Emotional quotient. Yeah. Regret. You know, that's one thing that I teach in my coaching is, writing your vision and dying, leaving this earth without regrets. What does that look like? What is your obituary? What's your eulogy say? And I have regret right now, and it's painful. Now, I had no control whether he would have accepted, used it, or rejected it, but I have an obligation to share. If I hear, I share. I've done my calling. Good comment, Robert. See if I bring these up in the order they're coming up here. Yeah, Robert, if you have injuries, pains, or whatever, chronic illness, chronic pain, you need to definitely look into the redox molecules. Robert made a decision at age 20. Doesn't make any difference when you make the decision. Just find your why and go out and live it, share it, whether it be in your faith space, whether it be in your business, whether it be in relationship. What's your crusade? What is your why? And when you really get it, you'll see a common thread all the way through it. So with that, I changed my perspective of why. I'd gotten it deeper. I made an evaluation of the things that I do to help people in their lives. And I believe our health and well-being in that space is more important than your bank account. Because you could have a bank account and tomorrow your health changes. And if you didn't do something to mitigate it or give it a better path, it doesn't make any difference. Money has no value at that point. It's our health that I believe is the most important thing in our physical world. So with that all said, G-Force. G is for gratitude. Thank you for the comments. And thank you for letting me be. I'm grateful for letting me be, putting my vulnerability out there. It was tough. I could cry because I didn't take appropriate action to hopefully make a difference in somebody's life. Never know. Can't make a claim, but I didn't take that step. So with that all said, this is the very best moment you have, no matter what happens, no matter what conditions or circumstances come to you. And it's only through gratitude that you give a better perspective. It will give you answers. It gives you clarity. And if it wasn't for gratitude, I wouldn't have been able to make that shift in my priorities around my why. My why hasn't changed, but I just redirected how I want to apply it in those options I have to help people. With that all said, God bless. Have a great week. And Wednesday, turn on your notifications. I'll try to get on time, but things got away from me today. So have a great one. And don't forget about tonight, Mark Gassert and I, Elevate Your Profits. Turn on your notifications. We're bringing in Jay Jensen again about sales. And he's going to talk about his blue phone. And we're going to talk about, he's an author. And he's going to bring humor in. And that's an area that in the area of sales and marketing that a lot of people are neglecting. Let's bring some fun into what we do. So everybody turn on your notifications, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Mark Gass and I, Elevate Your Profits. Have a great day. Bye.